So this is the conclusion of the on-paper series that I've brought to YouTube for the very first time. I've been doing this stuff for, I don't know, probably a decade now. I used to do it for a blog, then I did it for the Bleacher Report, then I did it for, other sites. So, but this is the first time I did it for YouTube. I wanted to do it for work, for the Sports Network / Stats, but they refused to pay me. They said they wouldn't give me any money. So I said, screw it. I'm going to put it on YouTube. And that's what I did. So, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Now, I have all the top 100 players ranked in the description box. For me, I don't feel like there's a need to go in depth, about scouting reports again. I did it for all my ranking videos. So to me, I think it's pointless to keep doing it. So that's that. All right. I do this like formulaic thing every year with all the teams where I rank each position. I come up with numbers and I crunch the numbers and all that stuff. And the thing about the formula that I do, it usually turns out better than my gut instincts. So, just to give some surprises of my formula this year, I was surprised at with two teams. I was surprised about the Saints, and I was surprised about the Jets. I didn't think the Jets were going to be any good this year, but my formula says 8-8, and that's a surprise to me, considering how bad their offense is. But they did add some pieces. Brandon Marshall, you got Eric Decker now. So, and obviously that defense is very scary now with the additions of Revis and Cromartie, that they may have the best defense in the league. You got Todd Bowles as your head coach. Obviously, we know what he did with Arizona's defense when the guys were getting hurt left and right, and he still, put out one of the best defenses every Sunday. They were really good. So the Jets are the one team. The Saints, I thought, would be like an 8-8 kind of team, but the formula says 10-6. So that's what I have for them. And let's see, other shockers, not really. I was hoping that the Vikings would be higher. I kind of like the Vikings this year. I barely have them missing the postseason. I have them and Dallas both going 9-7, Detroit going 9-7 too. But Detroit and Dallas get the tiebreakers. So the Vikings are a team that I really like, though. Really good ascending defense. Everson Griffin, Anthony Barr, Sharif Floyd, some key pieces there. Xavier Rhodes. I mean, people don't know who these guys are. Really good defensively. I know everyone wants to talk about, Adrian Peterson and Teddy Bridgewater, but their success is going to be dictated by their defense, and don't sleep on it. So they're really good. Let's see. Some of the top teams, I have New England and Seattle. They are my top two teams in the NFL. I actually have them meeting in the Super Bowl, so not really like my predictions aren't really that sexy. They're all kind of the same. I think the way I kind of see it with the NFC, I think there's three teams in the top tier. You have Seattle, Green Bay, and Philadelphia. In the AFC, I kind of think New England is the best. And then there's going to be a bunch of teams that are basically on par with each other, and they're all going to have a chance in the postseason. So you got Indy, you have Denver, you have Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Miami. I think is pretty good. I don't have Kansas City making the postseason, but they're not bad either. So any of those teams, if they make a Super Bowl, I would not be surprised. But I do have the Patriots kind of as the best team, a little bit ahead of everybody else in the AFC. The NFC, I think it's going to be Seattle and Green Bay in the postseason in the NFC Championship game. AFC, I have Denver and New England. So Peyton Manning and Tom Brady will meet again in the AFC Championship. Let's see, what else is there? All right, I guess I'll just go through my playoff predictions. All right, so let's start. New Orleans, I have as a 4 seed winning the NFC South. They will be playing Detroit. I will have the Saints moving on there. Pittsburgh are the 3 seed winning the AFC North. They're going to play Baltimore. I have them both going 10-6. So that should be them playing again in the opening weekend, wild card weekend. I think Pittsburgh's a really good team this year. Indianapolis, Miami, another game I have. Indy, the 4 seed, Miami, the 5 seed. I have them both going 10-6 as well. And I got, the Colts winning that game. Colts have the playoff experience. They have Andrew Luck. Philadelphia, Dallas in the NFC. Obviously, heated rivals in the NFC East. I have the Eagles going 11-5, Dallas 9-7. I got the Eagles winning this game. So moving on to the divisional playoffs, I have Seattle getting the number 1 seed, obviously in the NFC. If I have them as one of my top 2 teams, they're going to take on the Saints. I have Seattle winning that game. The other divisional playoffs in the AFC, Denver's going to get the 2 seed in the AFC, at least in my opinion. They'll be playing the Steelers. The Broncos. Well, this is actually always the round where Peyton Manning kind of falters, but Pittsburgh's offense or their defense not really good this year, so I've got the Broncos winning that game. New England, Indianapolis. I don't think Indianapolis is ready to beat New England yet, so I got the Patriots there, and Green Bay, Philadelphia. I mean, that should be a great divisional playoff game if it happens. I would take the Packers at home. Seattle, Green Bay, if they get the top 2 seeds in the NFC, I'm pretty much think they're going to get to the title game. I mean, the home field advantages that these 2 teams possess among the best in the league. So New England, Denver, Seattle, Green Bay, my AFC and NFC championship games respectively. I got New England, Seattle in the Super Bowl, so the first time we're going to see teams playing each other again in a Super Bowl since Buffalo, Dallas back, what was that, 93, 94 season. So that's what I think, but this time I think Seattle's going to win. Even with the whole Cam Chancellor situation, I still think the Seahawks are a very, very good defense. Obviously, the offense is getting better. I think the addition of Jimmy Graham puts them over the top, red zone threat. I mean, the receiving core is very, very underrated. Doug Baldwin's a really good receiver. People don't know who he is. Ricardo Lockett's ascending. Paul Richardson enters his second year. Tyler Lockett's just a rookie, but I think he's a solid player. So and Jermaine Kearse too. So they have a lot of weapons that nobody knows who they are. They're like the nobodies in the receiving core, but they're solid, and that's that. So that is my prediction for Super Bowl 50. I don't have any shockers. That this year, unfortunately, it wasn't like that. Some years, I do this, and I'll have some teams that really surprise me of where they're ranked. When the Chiefs went 11-5 2 years ago, that was one of them. I guess if there was a team that surprised me, at least not being as good as I thought they would be, my initial instinct said that the Colts were going to make the Super Bowl this year. But according to the rankings and the formula, I actually have them as a 9-7 team. But because they're in the AFC South, I mean, obviously they're going to win some cleanup, there. I mean, 4 wins against the Titans and Jaguars. I mean, you're going to win 4 games there. So, I have them 10-6. I don't think their defense is that good. They're just not that good. The front 7 is not that good. Besides Vontae Davis, not much there in the secondary either. So I think that's a team that can be beat. And the Patriots, obviously, they've been killing them the last couple of years. So if they meet again in the playoffs, I don't see Indy beating them. So that's that. I hope you guys enjoyed everything that I did. Like I said again, this is something I do every year. I have a lot of fun with it. I normally do it at work when I have free time, because if I did this in my free time at home, I wouldn't have a life. It would take too long. I wouldn't do it. But since I have free time at work, it actually doesn't take that long. The rankings don't take as long as you might think. I guess it's because I've been doing this for so long. I kind of know how to do it, and whatever. But yeah, man, season starts tonight. I can't wait, man. I'm one of those guys. I will watch anything. I don't care if it's football. I'm gonna watch it. I don't care if it's Jaguars, Titans, Jaguars, Raiders. I will watch it. What else are you gonna watch? I am Kate. Get the hell out of here. All right, I'm out. Make sure you follow me on Twitter @TheBitterBirds. Again, hope you like my stuff. Take care.